Hello, in this short lecture I will talk about the structure of the visible universe. The Earth rotates around its axis and completes a complete rotation in 24 hours or in one day. The Earth revolves around our Sun and completes one orbit revolution in 365 days. That is to say, within 1 year. The solar system is a system of planets in which at least 8 planets and many other bodies orbit the Sun according to the relevant gravitational forces. Our Sun is a star, one of about 200 billion suns or stars that exist in our galaxy, the Milky Way. The solar system surrounds as one unit the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way, and completes one round in 225 million years. Our Milky Way galaxy rotates in a spiral motion around its own rim and completes a complete rotation in about 650 million years. The Milky Way galaxy is part of a cluster of galaxies called the Local Group. It resides in a neighborhood of a few dozen galaxies called the Local Group. They range in size from small dwarf galaxies to the large Andromeda galaxy. There are about 54 galaxies in the Local Group cluster. The Local Group galaxies cluster, which is near one end of the local supercluster, rotates around its center at a speed of about 400 kilometers per hour. Our local galaxy group, known as the Local Group, is gravitationally bound and consists of around 54 galaxies, including our own Milky Way galaxy. The Local Group is part of a larger structure known as the Virgo supercluster, which is a collection of galaxy clusters and groups that are gravitationally bound to one another. As for the Milky Way galaxy, it is thought that it orbits around the center of the Virgo supercluster, although the exact nature of this orbit is still a topic of ongoing research. Some studies have suggested that the Milky Way may be on a collision course with the Andromeda galaxy, which is another member of the Local Group cluster, but other studies have suggested that this collision will not occur for several billion years. The analysis also reveals other structures, including a separate supercluster called Perseus Pisces and a distance concentration named Shapley, which lies about 650 million light years away and toward which Laniakea is moving. What is the biggest thing in the universe? scientists have created the first map of a colossal supercluster of galaxies known as Laniakea. The home of Earth's Milky Way galaxy and many other. This computer simulation as you can see, this computer picture is still from Nature journal video depicts the giant super cluster Laniakea with the Milky Way's location shown as a red dot. As you can see, this is the red dot that is actually the Milky Way galaxy. So you can see how big is the supercluster Laniakea if you compare it to the Milky Way galaxy that contains about 200 billion stars. Okay, the biggest signal entity that scientists have identified in the universe is a supercluster of galaxies called the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall. Here is the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall. It is so wide that light takes about 10 billion years to move across the entire structure. So that is to say, the light travels across all this structure for 10 billion years. It is so large, immense. For perspective, the universe is only 13.8 billion years old. So we can summarize and say that our galaxy, the Milky Way, resides in the cluster of galaxies called local group. The Milky Way galaxy rotates around its rim, and it also rotates around the center of the supercluster Virgo. The local group galaxies cluster reside in the outskirts, outskirts of a giant supercluster Virgo, while the Virgo supercluster is of bigger Laniakea supercluster. So the Laniakea supercluster is a large structure, and it is home of the Milky Way, the Andromeda galaxy, and about 100,000 galaxies nearby. So we can say that we are in the solar system. The Earth orbits around our Sun, and Actually, the Sun orbits around the center of the Milky Way galaxy, but the Milky Way galaxy itself belongs to the local group cluster galaxies, and the Milky Way rotates around its rim, and it also rotates around the supercluster Virgo. It rotates around the center of the supercluster Virgo, and actually the local group cluster resides in the supercluster Virgo, and the supercluster Virgo itself resides in a bigger supercluster that is called Laniakea. Okay, and it is estimated that Laniakea, the supercluster Laniakea, spans 520 million light years and is approximately as massive as 100,000 Milky Ways. Okay, so, and it actually, the supercluster Laniakea has 100,000 galaxies in it, and it is as massive as 100,000 Milky Ways. Okay, think about the fact that the Milky Way itself contains about 200 billion galaxies, and the Laniakea supercluster is 100,000 times more massive than the Milky Way. Okay, so the local group galaxies cluster rotates around its center at about 400 kilometers per hour, and the supercluster Laniakea moves towards a distant concentration of galaxies named Shapley supercluster, which lies about 650 million light years away from Laniakea supercluster. Okay, thank you very much.